Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, and welcome to Divinity 2 Original Sin, Definitive Edition. So, this is going to be the latest series on the channel. I'm going to replace this with the Tales of Zestiria, which normally I produce on Tuesdays. But to be honest, the energy doesn't seem to be there on my end or for the viewers. So, I thought I would replace it with something new. Now, I've never played the Divinity series before or the games. This is totally blind. I don't know what to expect, but it looks really good. I haven't really played many tabletop RPG games in the past, like the old Fallout 4s or Baldur's Gate or Pillars of Eternity, but I'd like to. There are a couple of games out there like Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny that I want to get into, and Divinity seems to be one of the best out there, so I thought, well, why not try it? So, without further ado, let's jump straight in. Now, I have no idea what to expect in this game, so I probably will make mistakes, but that's half the fun. Story. I'll be playing single player. People say it's a very good game to play co-op, but I don't have any friends. No, I think I'd enjoy playing it better. Oh, what do any of these mean? Explorer mode, classic mode, tactician mode, story mode. I mean, I would assume classic mode is the best way to play it, and story mode is, enemies are easier focused on the story, which is kind of what I would want. Maybe I'll pick story mode. Maybe I should have researched that beforehand, but let's pick story mode. Oh, actually, it tells you, very good. You're here for the fun and the fantasy, but not for a rigorous challenge. Explorer mode. You prefer a fair but forgiving adventure that rewards clever thinking in and out of battle. Tactician has lots of different options. Failure is not an option, raising the stakes by limiting the already highly challenging tactician mode. And then classic mode is a classic role-playing experience. You're cunning, resourceful, prepared for the perils that await. Actually, I'm going to go with that. I don't want to shirk the challenge. That's half the fun of these games. So let's begin with the classic mode and see what awaits us. So here we are. Character creation. So I know we've got a couple of different characters. Sibyl, Ethan Ben Mezid, Beast, Los, Fane, Dwarf, Elf, Human. I know you can meet some of these other companions or potential characters in the game. Well, that's quite cool. Also, here it was recommended not to. You can create a character from scratch if you want to, but you're better off picking one that's already here, one of these presets, depending on what you want to be. And each of them has an origin story. Let's listen to the origin stories and see where we go from there.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
It's actually quite cool, but I kind of had the idea of playing as a mage, witch, or wizard. That was kind of what I was thinking of. Let's see how the rest of them say. Sibyl.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the Master sing a very different kind of song.
Oh, I quite like her. I'm gonna go through all of them just to see what they're like. Oh, and he looks cool as a wizard.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous lone wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
Well, these characters are getting better and better as we go through them. What about Beast? What's his story?
Oh. I was just thinking about someone I used to know. My cousin, the Queen, in fact. A tyrant. I tried to stop her, but things don't always go according to plan. She cast me out to a forgotten island, and made short work of my allies, too. Lucky for me, I was able to commandeer a ship, and began a new life for myself, out on the high seas. Aye, but I hear that the Queen is at it again, and there's something darker behind her madcap schemes this time. If I don't stop her, I don't know who will.
Oh, he's got quite cool backstory. I really hope we get to meet some of these characters in game. It's quite cool to follow on their stories. Now about Louse.
All my life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who or what is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
Oh, I quite like her, and she's already got the kind of wizard set. Now Fane looks quite interesting as well.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
I think I'm sold on Fane. I didn't want to play a man. I thought it was just quite a too common character. I wanted to play something more unique, like an elf or a dwarf. But Fane is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go with him as a wizard. You woke up and your world was gone, the last of your kind. You hide behind a charmed mask, searching for the truth about a history that no one knew existed. So we can play dead, we can fool enemies into thinking we're dead. We've got time warp, and we are undead, which lets us heal from poison, but regular healing will damage me instead. I receive poisonous status even if I have magic armor, and I'm ingenious. Could be a battle mage. Or a cleric. These are all very specific, I don't know what's what. But I think I'm just going to go with wizard. That seems like a broad one I can pick off into certain tasks if I need to. Oh, the witch looks cool though. Cooler than the wizard, I must say. An intimidating presence whose bone-chilling powers terrify friend and foe alike. A wizard is a scholar of magic specializing in starting and ending battles with a flick of a wrist, exacting swift victory from a safe distance. Let's say wizard. Then we're gonna have a look at our appearance. Oh cool, so we can change what we want. Our bone color can be darker. Oh. There's a lot of choices. I kind of like the darker color actually. I like that. Yeah, definitely one with a design on it. Is that the one we started off with? Yeah, phase 6. I quite like that one actually. Hairstyle. Oh, I can have hair, even better. I think that hair is quite cool actually. We can pick our hair color. Yeah, that'll do. And facial features, I can have a beard if I want to. I don't want to hide the... Yeah, that's quite cool, I like that. And the voice is Fane. Preset is Wizard. I'm going to trust all this for now, I don't know what's good and what's bad. Talents determine a character's unique features. Select talents to complement a character's abilities and attributes. So they selected Far Out Man, which increases the range of our skills and scrolls. And tags determine what options are available to you in dialogue and how the character and how the world reacts to your party members. Okay. My origins as a mystic. So cracks in reality lead you to other times and places, some of the void, some of the gods. Your vision is not quite your own, but you can make use of it. And a scholar, intelligent and curious, your appetite for learning far exceeds your taste for bloodshed. Books and scrolls are your dearest possessions. That's definitely true, I quite like that. And instruments. Select your origin instrument, which will take the lead in the music during fights and will highlight something. Talk on my helmet. It's quite cool. So we get the Banshuri, the Tambura, oh, it's a toss-up between cello and Bansuri. I like that because it just reminds me of Japan, and I love Japanese culture, Asian culture in general. But that sounds like kind of a refined character, which is kind of what I would like my Fane to be. I can't decide. Let's go with the Banshuri. I think they're both equally as good, actually. But that looks like it. Let's start the game. Warning, beware. Playing as an undead poses unique risks and benefits. Undead must veil their true selves from the living or risk being attacked. Healing potions and spells will damage you, while poison heals. Undead can pick locks with a bony finger alone and can survive the scourge of death fog. Okay, let's go with it. I'm done.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rabble panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
So here we are.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough.
Magister C1.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So I'm assuming we've got some enchantment on that hides our face. Yeah. And it's because of the clothing I wear, my undead nature is hidden. I can't use source magic.
Aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world.
So we can boast that we crafted it ourselves, using a tool to rip the face from mortal creatures. Tell the skull to mind its own business, or look at the skull inquisitively. Is it normal for human remains to talk? Now, what kind of character do I want to make it all? Given the character we are playing as a sort of scholar, we're going to look at the skull inquisitively. Is it normal for human remains to talk?
Ha! Fresh out of the crypt, are you? No, we are abnormal. It's why we hide in the shadows. Or walk about like you still had flesh on your bones in your case. You even have yourself a silky mortal voice.
So we can admit that our voice is something of a trick, boast that we can make others hear the voice you want them to hear, that's how powerful we are, or ask the talking cranium if it knows what's happening on this ship. Let's not be boastful, let's ask him what's going on the ship. Ask the talking cranium if it knows what's happening on this ship.
How much do you think I get out? All I know is there are more like you. Well, not quite like you. But sorcerers collared on this tub, all heading to Fort Joy. Beyond that, your guess is as good as mine. Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
I doubt it. Cool, sorry, I'm just getting my bearings for a game like this. Lots of things to interact with, which is good and exciting, and we can zoom in as well. So we can lie down on that again, no point doing that.
And now you are silent. If only all humans were so thoughtful.
Oh yeah, and we can turn around. Oh wow, cool mask we've got on, look at that. It's quite badass. Definitely the look of a future god. So she asked us to report upstairs once we were up and ready, but let's no need to do so straight away. Nothing in there. There's a locked door. What's this machine?
How crude. I've seen more intricate design in a butcher's slab.
I'll probably miss lots of stuff in games like this, but I think that's everything for now. All the doors are locked, so let's just head upstairs and see what this lady wants from us. I got some gold anyway. There's a candle. Okay, the doors are definitely locked, so we can't get in there. But this door's open, so we can't get in here.
An animal sty. Freight or food?
Sheep.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheet eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Ouch. That's that.
This again?
Oh, some lockpicks. That's good. Although I'm pretty sure we don't need one because we can use our fingers.
Did you expect a needle?
Huh. And the key. And a letter. Orders of the guard steward. Important. It's come to my attention again that several of you are bypassing the cargo hold security measures by sliding boxes onto the pressure plates. This will not do. The purpose of these measures is to require the presence of at least 3 magisters at its change of shift. Any deviation will result in at least 1 magister getting thrown overboard. Make sure it isn't you. Magister C1. Not someone we want to mess with. And I will definitely take all that food. And a pocket knife. Definitely no harm having it active for now.
Rubbish.
Okay, we've got too much stuff. Already I'm over encumbered on the start of the game. Ah, they count as pressure pads. Excellent. There's a guard there though, we should be careful. Although he's sleeping, doesn't have much health. How do we get in here though? Let's just head back and see if I can pick this lock. Oh, what's all this? Turn into an elf lizard. Human. And then some scrolls and spells. I didn't even notice I had all this down here.
Locked.
Can I use one of my lockpicks? Use. Thievery's too low. That's a shame. Can I pick lock? No. Lock level 1. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I assume we can't go in there for now. And I doubt that I want to kill that guard. Oh, there's an oil barrel there.
You there. Come here.
Okay, there's oil there, we should be careful. Let's talk to this guy.
Hey. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
He could be helpful about taking on the guard. Let's eye him carefully. Why is he in the cage in the first place?
Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
And what's in it for me?
Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
Let's agree to help him.
A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
I may regret this.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring magister mumbles himself awake.
Uh-oh.
One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
There's lots of oil there, though. Or water.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Wait, you're no magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
Ooh, so we could ignore the guard and take the lever, tell him the truth, use our wits, salute him and tell his superiors sent to us. Tell him we heard yelling. I don't know which persuasion we are strong at, but let's say wits. Let's salute him and say his superior sent you. He's to report to the upper deck. Failed. I have no persuasion.
Clever story. I almost fell for it. Almost.
Uh-oh. We've got our first fight.
I should have known there'd be trouble.
Okay, so combat in Divinity is played in rounds. Everything you do costs action points. Okay. That's the order of combat and attack. I don't have any electrical spells. It's a shame because he's standing in water. But let's send fireball at him. Oh no, I'm punching him. He's hitting me. Oh, there we go. Whoa.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
And I'm dead as well. Well, that happened. Oops. Well, you live and learn. Let's try that again. Yeah, I did nothing here. Let's go talk to this guy again.
You there. Come here. Hey, your guess is as good as mine. Set me free, and I'll set a gentleman.
Before you can even...
Wait, a collared sauce freak thinks he can clop. What in Lucian's name?
Oh, oops.
I should have known
This time we set him free. Oh, that worked out better, by the looks of it.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his gaze finds the sunken hollows that once held your eyes.
Uh-oh.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine.
I don't really know what happened there. I pressed buttons very quickly and I won. So that worked.
I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them.
Oh
The
no.
halls await.
He's a mage as well. And a pretty strong one by the looks of it. Let's try and move out of his flames for a start. He's just gonna chase us, okay. Nice.
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
But it worked, we survived. Let's get some money for ourselves. And the Magister. He's got a key. For the laboratory actually, which is good. We need poisons to heal, don't have any poisons though. Oh, it's an electric discharge scroll. So we should have the key now for this laboratory. Empty potion bottles. Empty potion bottles and a physical armor protection potion. I definitely don't want to blow up the door.
Empty.
A minor healing potion, but healing isn't good for us. But we'll take it nonetheless. So that seems to have worked out well for us. I think now we should be able to go upstairs. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Let's get the ladder. Whew, I have a feeling it's going to be a hard game to master, but it seemed quite fun for a start. I like this character's backstory. There's the ladder. Are you sure you want to leave the tutorial deck? Yes, I am. And here we are. So I think I'm going to leave it there for this video. Just a taster of what's to come in Divinity Original Sin. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you can, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to keep in touch. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and have a good day.